Hey, what is up, folks? Hope you all are doing well. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So, today we're gonna talk about how to build a clothing brand with mathematics. So, let's get started. Here is something you should know. Every single month, about 1,000 new fashion brands come online, and that is just from United States, folks. Among them, there are only three types of brands that actually make money online: the influencer brand, the USP brand, the no USP, no influencer clothing brand. The influencer brand is a brand which has been started by someone who is already a content creator with a decent number of active followers, ideally more than 100,000, you can say. If we talk about the USP brand, as the name suggests, it is a brand which has something unique to offer to the market. For example, you have figured out that there is a certain market that has a certain problem which their t shirt is not solving, which it should, maybe. So you innovate a t shirt that solves this, and such brands usually have a patent that makes the entry barrier much higher for the competition. And the last is the no USP, no influencer clothing brand. And this is what most of you are going to start with. As the name suggests, this brand is the one that doesn't have a USP, and there is no pre existing organic audience. And this is the one that we are going to talk about in this video. Whereas the influencer brand and the USP brand is something that we will discuss in the near future videos. Alright, so here is how to build an online clothing brand without a USP and without any online fans. Let us start this from your future customer's perspective. Let's say a customer visits your website and is interested in one of the t-shirts that you're selling. Let's say it costs 35 bucks. So here's the thing. He can easily go to a local Walmart store and get a similar t-shirt for under $20. So why would he pay you $35 and wait for 4 to 5 days to actually hold the t-shirt which he has already paid for, when he can basically get the same thing cheaper and quicker? Plus, there's a good chance that he pays but the t-shirt never arrives. Worst of all, his credit card information could get leaked. So, here are all the subconscious questions that our hypothetical customer wants to be answered in order to decide to buy from you. First one, is this website safe? Second, why do I want to buy a t-shirt only from them but not from someone else online or maybe a local retail store? Third, am I going to get more than what I'm paying for? And the fourth one is, what do others think about this brand? There are only two ways for you to answer these questions. Either you're providing t-shirts that look and feel great, yet are super affordable, that is, you provide quality better than Walmart, or you provide t-shirts that look and feel great, they are not cheap, but you have a lot of social proof about you providing great and quality t-shirts. I know it's confusing, but don't worry, it will all make sense in a minute. For example, let's say your cost per t-shirt is about $5 and you're selling a t-shirt for $17. That includes $5 in shipping price. If we deduct product and shipping cost, that leaves you with $7 of marketing budget before you start losing money basically. Since we are selling affordable t-shirts, it is possible for you to get an advertising cost per purchase to be about $5. So that will leave you with $2 in profit. But realistically, it is almost impossible for you to get a t-shirt, a printed one, for $5 from a vendor. Usually, it will at least cost you about $10. That is if you bulk purchase t-shirts and self-manage inventory. On the other hand, if you go for a print on demand model, your cost per t-shirt could be about $20 as well, which means selling affordable t-shirts is only possible if you manufacture t-shirts by yourself. It is only then that you can get your product cost to be as low as $10. There's no other way, folks. So since I know that setting up an entire manufacturing plant is not possible for most of you, so let's leave this idea of affordable t-shirts behind. That means we are now competing at quality. And here's how it's done. Let's say you self-manage the inventory and you got the t-shirts from a reputable vendor. In that case, your final packaged and printed t-shirt, let's say, costs about $17. Shipping and marketing costs being $5 and $10 respectively makes your total cost to be about $32. Which means if you are selling a t-shirt for $35, that would leave you with $3 in profit. Sounds great, right? So here comes another problem. T-shirts have multiple sizes. So firstly, you will have to buy and stock small, medium, large, extra large, extra large. That is 5 different sizes. And ideally, you will at least stock 100 pieces of each size. That means an upfront investment of $8,500. Also, assuming that you will only stock the units of same design and people will buy it all is like straight up delusional. So ideally, you will have at least 20 designs that you will have well tested, and it is only then that you stock up your inventory with it. So if you are buying all different sizes of 20 different designs, which means you're investing about basically $170,000, folks. And I don't think you have that kind of money to start with, right? So rather than buying and managing your inventory, I would highly suggest you start as a print on demand business. You will find plenty of trustworthy online POD suppliers like Printify. Now let's see the mathematics of this business model, shall we? In print on demand, a printed packaged t-shirt can cost you around $20. Shipping is $5 and advertising cost per result or CPR is $10. Since our selling price is about $35, that leaves you with no profit, no loss. So you might be wondering, what did we do wrong here? The answer is that nothing, basically nothing, yeah. For a brand that has just started, it is nothing wrong for you to operate at a no profit and no loss. So what's the point of all of this? The point is to gather intelligence. Once you know what it is that your customer likes, eventually you can basically invest in your own inventory and lower your product cost, increasing your profit margins. So here is what the numbers would look like after you self-manage your inventory with just one winning design and letting the other designs stay in the POD model. Your winning t-shirt would now cost you about $17, and shipping cost and cost per result being still the same, now you will be making $3 of actual profit. Literal, real money. That said, I would still not recommend you to start door dashing with these profits, because in order to actually turn this startup into a real stable business, we will have to reinvest your profits. But let's be honest, this sounds too easy, right? Well, of course, this hypothetical business has been built on 3 assumptions. Number 1 being that your ads will bring sales from day 1. Second is your ads cost will be around $10. Or third could be that people trust to buy from you from day 1. All of these are highly unlikely to happen when we are just starting out. Let's talk about the trust factor first. Let's say when someone visits your online store, they will be cautious. And to win their trust, you will need to have some form of bulletproof social proof. It could be a speech from Donald Trump himself saying that your brand is awesome while he's having a lunch with Kamala Harris in White House. Well, jokes apart. But real customer reviews are going to be incredibly helpful at this point. And I'm talking about not the written reviews on your product pages, I'm talking about videos from actual customers. That's the only thing that can actually lower their guards. Other than this, In reality, sometimes people spend tens of thousands of dollars on ads without making a single money ever. The ones who do, most of them are actually loss making businesses. Realistically, for a $35 product, your ads cost could go as high up as $20 to $30 as well. Yeah, I know, right? This will definitely make your online business a loss making one. So here's how to counter this. Rather than selling a single t shirt, sell bundles. You can do a campaign that says, like, buy 3 t-shirts for $100. How will this help? Let's calculate. If your cost per t-shirt is $20, that means 3 t-shirts will cost you $60, right? And shipping them as one will cost you now more than $5. So let's say $10. Assuming that marketing cost stays the same, that is $25, that leaves you with $5 in profit. Whereas if our marketing cost goes up, which it will, let's say it is now $30. Still, it will be no profit, no loss, which again is a victory for us, right? But what if our marketing cost goes higher than $30? Well, we don't need to do the math this time, as now you already know how to counter this problem. We just need to play within the domain of buyer psychology and knowing our numbers. So I'll let you figure that out this time. By the way, what would you say if I say that I have a way for you to lower your marketing cost as low as $0? Well, how? Well, that's what my upcoming video is about. So don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. See you next time.